Welcome back to another Instagram challenge video where I share a few of my picks that you all entered in recent Instagram challenges. It's a pretty simple idea, isn't it? You can find out a lot more about this at photorec.tv/PRTV, but in short, you figure out what the weekly or bi-weekly challenge is, post a picture, hashtag it, and then I see it, and if you're lucky, pick it and give you some feedback. So we're actually going to run through 2 this week because I'm a little behind because of crazy travels and I leave today for Iceland, but I'll be bringing you more of these in the very near future. So make sure you are participating. It's a great way to get your picture out there in front of other people. And also, if you're kind of struggling, you're like, I don't know what to shoot this week. Go to photorec.tv/PRTV, find what the challenge is, and then get out there and make some pictures that match. So we are covering 2 this week. They are reflection and nature. All right, so we had 92 entries for PRTV. Nature 2 was the specific hashtag because we've been running these challenges for a while now, and we have some fantastic images in here. So I've gone through and picked out a couple that just caught my eye, and it's important to note that it is, as I'm scrolling through this square crop view, that I use to see if a picture is going to catch my eye or not. So that's one of the strengths and one of the weaknesses of Instagram. You really need to watch for that. And if you want your images to stand out, they should stand out strongly as a square image. There can be absolutely more. It doesn't have to be a square anymore, but the way many people will digest your images in your feed is through a square or through challenges like this through a square. And there are some really beautiful images in here, but let's run through and pick a couple that just caught my eye. First up, Tim Scott. Love this lightning bolt capture. This is Glacier National Park, which is a gorgeous park. We have this lovely green, the blues above, the kind of the green and blue tone just screams nature, and then just a crazy lightning bolt right through. And you can see the sheets of rain over there too. So really nicely captured. Great image, Tim. I really like this. We've got Anatajit with Lady Buggers. That's really not that's cute. But love this. I mean, the framing here, just the ladybug is perfectly framed in this open space, kind of using the idea of rule of thirds. A little bit different as in it's leaving and creating a little bit more tension. But we see it, maybe it's moving this way, maybe it's, going to find an aphid over here or something. But this is just a really nice image, and the treatment and tones here are also fantastic. Roger. I've been following Roger for a long time now. He's a friend and follower of this channel as well, and he has just really come a long way. Oh, that sounds rude. Let's just say he has created some fantastic bird in-flight images over the last couple of years, and they have just gotten better and better and more impressive. And this one from Roger, I mean, the technical skill required to capture a bird in flight like this is a small songbird. It's not this kind of slow soaring bird, but it's kind of this more frantic, all over the place. And the eye is in focus. We even have a little catch light in the eye. All really, really nicely done, Roger. Beautiful shot. Caleb Jacobson has got this reflection shot. Now you might think, hey, this should be for reflection, but it could be for either. This is a neat shot as well. If it wasn't for this kind of small green patch, this image would feel too busy, too much, and you wouldn't know where to look. But your eye just kind of keeps getting drawn back here, and I like it. I also like that the reflection is not perfect. It's got imperfections. It's got ripples. It's got real outside nature in it. This isn't a manufactured reflection. And that all works really well. These kind of gold, whiter, yellow, brighter areas, they're a little hot for me. But overall, this is a beautiful image, Caleb. Really like it. John Cheshire, similar to Rogers, but with a bee. This just really neat. Bee caught in flight. The details on the hair of the bee are fantastic. Really, really nice. Almost slow, looks like, I'm pretty sure you used a flash here. Almost looks like the bee has a little bit of red eye. So I'd love to see the flash toned down just a little bit, but really, really nice. And Carsontography has a shot. Carson is going with us to Iceland, of which I'm leaving for in a few hours. But it looks like he's off to a fantastic start as a photographer with this really nice kind of symmetrical reflection. Also, I really like this. We got just a couple more. Here is one that is very different. We've been looking at these kind of big picture photos. The higher level view, and here is a very tight detail shot of some plant that has a really interesting, the little greens on top, little dashes of yellow and the red. The tones here are really, really nice, just really neat. Just nature photography can encompass so many different things, and I really like it. I might crop in just a tiny bit more. There's something about this slightly brighter area that just is slightly distracting, but overall I think this is just a really nice shot. Bruce, good job. And Jake Hanna, Yosemite. Now this caught my eye because of these kind of repeating lines of pine trees. This feels a little over-processed to me, and I'm a little heavy on the blue, but I really think you have something here, and I might prefer this better as a black and white. One thing I'd suggest is cutting this out here on the left, this rock. So this is Yosemite Valley. It's framed between, it is a valley with an amazing cliffs on both sides. And you have some of what I think is El Cap right here. I would just cut off the left a little bit and just have the repeating lines and just this hint of massive giant rock that just leads people wondering what's out there. So what I want to do this week with these is pick one. So these were the ones that caught my eye. There were other great images. But the one that just stands out as the most fantastic, I have to give it to Roger. We have some beautiful images that I caught my eye this week, but Roger's image here, just the sharpness of the focus, sharp right out to the wingtips with just a little blur to give you a hint of motion, the catch light in the eye, and the pose of the bird, where it's kind of cocking his eye and giving us a little look. Really nicely done, Roger. Really great shot. And of course you can see Roger right there. You can follow him at RMH Photographic if you're interested. And of course you can find out and come back here to PRTV tags Nature2, and you can see all of these images and leave a comment on one that catches your eye as some of your favorite images. Now, great job everybody. Let's move on to reflection. It's actually reflection 3. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, so we're running through some of these again. And just, again, let me point out, so this one we have just 29 posts entered. If you want me to see your work, participate in these challenges. They're pretty quiet still. So take some time, get a picture in here that I can look at, and maybe possibly give you some feedback. So the ones that caught my eye in reflection, we've got Irwin Hollands. It's simple. Again, an incredibly symmetrical shot. What I like is perfectly horizon, is straight, and mirrored image, left, right, top, bottom. You did a really nice job here. Nice job, Irwin. Adrian Cattell. This, you know, the Washington Monument, this is actually called the reflecting pool. You can have the Washington Monument reflected, or if you shoot from the other side back towards these ducks, you can see the Lincoln Memorial and have it reflected as well. Really pretty spot. And again, similar to that reflection shot we saw earlier, where it's very imperfect. I mean, clearly we have ducks messing with the reflection, and that adds a little bit of kind of a dynamic to the image that makes it better, I think. Not such a perfect static shot. And it makes it a little bit more interesting and has a little bit more story to it as well. Now, I do wish, though, this is what's tricky. This foreground duck is just enough out of focus that is bothering me a little bit. And I think I would have liked to seen this duck in a little bit more focused drawing eye here. And this could be a little bit softer in the background. Let me know what you think in the comments about that, though. Debono Debbie, who I think I called out on a earlier challenge, has done a really nice job. You know, very different, not using water, just using, it looks like a phone booth or glass window, and of this beautiful little cathedral in Imdinia. I'm sure I'm saying that right, in Sicily, Italy. So, I like it almost feels like you're looking through a window to see more of the cathedral, and it has 3 of the spires or 3 of the bell towers instead of just 2. So I really like this framing, love the time of day you shot, nice, lovely golden light, and the shadows are softer. And it's all a little off kilter, and I think that really works for this spot in this shot. Then we got Melanie's Mount Rainier photo. Melanie actually was on a workshop with us not too long ago here at this spot. This is also similar to the reflecting pools in DC. This is called Reflection Lakes, and you get this beautiful reflection of Mount Rainier. I love the foreground framing. Look at this, it just nicely, you found a spot where the mountain can come down, but has a little bit of breathing room and space. Space from important elements. You always want them to be separated and not have kind of awkward intersections. And you've just done that really nicely here. The greens, I think you've pushed them a little bit, but they just look lovely, not pushed too far, and a little dehazing have brought out those trees in the background. Really nice job, Melanie. Love it. You know, this is a really interesting one here. This is Luray Caverns. This is this water inside the cave, and so you have this stalactites that look like they're reaching down, and then you look, it seems like you might be looking through the water and the stalactites reaching up, but in fact it's all just reflection. This is one of those shots similar to what we looked at back here, where we needed a focal point. I'm struggling here for a focal point. This is one of those shots where we see it, interesting, but it's just, my eye doesn't know where to rest, and it just keeps getting drawn back to these really bright, blown out areas. So while there's potential here, you have to be really careful in a busy scene to really make sure you're isolating what is interesting, simplifying the composition. This one, I almost passed by, and then I noticed at the very bottom that there was just a tiny bit of reflection. And I thought, oh, let me go see if there's more. And this shot, then reading the caption, has actually been flipped upside down, and it's pretty cool. So we're looking at a puddle, but we're looking at a puddle that's been reversed. I love it. And I can see how it's brighter down here. Usually the real world is brighter than your reflection. I feel like I want just a tiny bit more. As I said, I almost passed by, and I love the idea of a subtle reflection, but I need just a tiny bit more to kind of hammer home. But otherwise, really nice. Like, you know, got little imperfections in the puddle, little, you know, something on the water catching the eye there as well, and it's neat. It adds to it. And now this is one where you just got Santhosham. You got a crooked horizon. And when water is in the shot, you gotta have a straight horizon. So I'd really love to see you straighten that. I'd also like to see you crop in a little bit more and brighten the reflection just a bit. But you found a really interesting subject, and you framed it pretty nicely. I just want the shot to be a little bit tighter. And then Adrian Takes Pictures. Hey, we had 2 Adrians in this one. Hall of Mirrors. And it's just neat. I like the black and white treatment. I like a little hint of people bustling by in the background. I like all of that. I think you got a really nice, clean, simple shot here. Simple is good, folks. All right, and out of these, picking a winner is difficult. There's some really strong ones in here, but I think ultimately I'm gonna go with Melanie's. It's just such a peaceful, beautiful scene, and I love it. But all the places I will go is a very close second if I could just see a tiny bit more of the real world. And that was a quick look at the last 2 Instagram challenges. You can find out more information about upcoming challenges at photorec.tv/PRTV. And remember, we've got the upcoming one, Wild Card. That needs to be due by September 21st. And that is followed by Panorama, due October 5th. I'll put posts, links to videos down below this video that tells you how to get a big, beautiful panorama on Instagram. Because it's not hard, but it is a little tricky. Thanks so much to everybody who submitted their work. I know it's, sometimes a little difficult to put your work out there in front of other people. I loved seeing everybody's images. If I didn't pick yours, I'm sorry. I hope to see more of it in the future, and I hope you all will participate. Again, photorec.tv/PRTV has all of the info you need. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.